But the 4th, my son called me about 12:30 and he called crying, Mom, Mom, I said yes. He said, 4 guys from grade 5 beat me up and they took away my lunch money and I have nothing to eat. I said to him, who did you spoke to? He said he spoke to teacher Noella. I said, what did she say? He said, he has to hold on because the bell ring now and he got to go back to class. I said, no, that's not right, I'm coming. Anyway, I asked Carl to take me to the school. When I went to the school, I saw my son standing in the schoolyard crying. I said to Zadi, come here. What happened? He said the guys beat him, took away his money and nobody's attending to him. I said, let's go to the class. I went to the grade 5 classroom. I saw the students sitting. I said, teacher, one of the students stand up and said, teacher is not here. I said, where's she? He said, she's next door. My son then said to me, Mom, look, the guys there that beat me. I said, okay, let's go to the next class. When I went over by the class to Miss Azel, she said to me, no, mommy, you cannot come in here. It's exam time. You would have to go to the principal's office. Upon going to the principal's office, I didn't even enter the office as yet. He met me at the door and he was like, mommy, no come in here. You don't go to the classroom already, so no come in here. I said, no, but you can't do that. I didn't do anything. I went around there and the teacher sent me around here. He said, no, come out of the school yard and I'm going to call the police. I said, okay, call the police, because that would be good. He called them. Upon 15 minutes waiting, nobody came. I went on my phone and I called 911. When I called, I can't even remember who I spoke, but I know I spoke to a lady. She said to me, where are you? I said, I'm at the TN Colonel School and there's an incident here with my son and nobody's attending to me. She said, leave the school compound and go to the St. John Police Station. I went to the St. John Police Station. I get the officers. They come back with me to the school. When we enter the schoolyard, from the time Mr. Denmore Roberts saw us, he opened the door and he came out and he said, y'all don't come in here, I'm gonna want shit in here. The Officer Byers Walker said to him like this, no, she come and make a report and we come to see what's the problem. He said, no, we all are friends. So then forget out here. Upon that, the police still proceed. They enter the office. They lock the door. I was outside. I can't tell you what they spoke about. Anyways, they opened the door. They came outside back and they said, well, you have to go to the ministry because he's been disrespectful. When he heard the officer said that, he turned to me and said, get that girl out here. She's a fool, a little bitch. I said, like your mother and fool like your mother. In front the police, everybody, because you're not gonna insult me in front of my kid, other teachers, other students, and the officers, and expect me to take that. The police then took me to the Ministry of Education. When I went there, I saw Mr. Emmett Michael's secretary. She told me I would have to come back tomorrow, which was the 5th. I went for the appointment at 8 o'clock. I see Mr. Emmett Michael. I explained the situation to him. I let him know that the principal said my son cannot come back to the school without I go to the ministry, and I'm here to talk about it. He said to me, Mom, go home, write a letter, and I will go to the school and find out what happened. I said, no, sir, I don't like that at all. It is now exam time, and you mean to tell me you're going to sit here and watch them put my son out of school? My son get beat, my son get bruised, and nobody, no parents, nobody. He said to me he cannot do anything right now. I will have to. I'm not pleased about the situation. Nobody has come to me, no parents, no student, no teacher, nobody at all. So I want to take it a little further because I find this disrespectful.
Had you tried to speak to the director?
Who is the director?
Claire Brown.
No, Mr. Emmett Michael tell me I would not be able to speak to Mr. Claire Brown without his permission.
So you don't know if the director heard about the story?
I don't know at all. I don't know.
How long ago does this incident happen?
From December the 4th.
Has your child been in school since?
No, sir.
What is the official position from the school regarding your child?
Nobody has reached out to me. I don't know anything at all.
So what has your child been doing in between that time, the 4th up until now? Because I think, well, school is out.
Yes.
So he wasn't able to take exams or anything like
No,
that?
he only missed 2.
He missed 2?
Yes.
So you didn't get a report?
No, nothing at all.
Nothing concerning?
Nothing.
All right. What's your next step?
Well, tomorrow I'm going back up by the ministry. I'm bringing the letter. As you see, I have them here. I'm bringing my letter and I'm going to find out what is going to be happening about my son.
When you told the police the story, what did they say to you?
They said, go to the ministry and push it because they are not supposed to put my kid out of school.
Did the police said they couldn't do anything concerning?
Yes, they said the ministry would have to deal with it.
Right, because it involves children, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Did they tell you what the conversation between themselves and the principal was?
Okay, Mrs. Bias Walker told me that when she entered the office, when the door closed and I couldn't hear her, she said she was telling him what I came down there and said. And he said to them, he called headquarters and nobody came, so he didn't want to hear anything from them.
From the police?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And they didn't insist
No.
that he put your child back in school?
Yes,
until
Mrs. Walker asked him that and he said no, not without a letter from the ministry.
Why had you had previous run-ins with the principal?
Never.
So why was he so antagonistic towards you?
I don't know. I really don't know.
So it's the first time that you...
First ever. First.
Okay. So you hadn't had any sort of malice before, had a hard talk with the principal over anything?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. And what about your son? Would you describe him as a well-behaved person?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
So the school hasn't had a history with your son?
No.
So, okay. All right. There have been a lot of things said in the public concerning... How did it get to the public?
Okay, at first, when it happened, I was the one who called because I was so upset. I didn't know who to call, who to talk to.
When did you call?
The same day.
The same day, the 4th?
Yes.
Okay.
The same day I called the radio station, I called Observer, and I was explaining it to Mr. Franz de Freitas. And I told him that I'm actually going back to the police station. He said, okay, Mom. After I went to the police station and I still see that I'm not getting through, my son is still at home, I called Point FM. And I spoke with Mr. O'Neill. He and I said that he doesn't understand and he doesn't want to hear one side of the story. And I was happy that he said that. And after it was like everything blowing up, people calling, they cursing me out. Or I went in the school and I attacked students. I am a mother that always go to the T.N. Colonel School. The teacher always called me whenever anything happened because my son, he has seizure and he has bronchitis. So he would take sick sometimes, and his personal teacher, Mrs. Steele, would call me and say, well, come for Tizadi, this happened to Tizadi, etc., etc. And I will go. I've never gone to Mr. Brown's office, Mr. Roberts, not at all. Not once I ever been to that office when I get called to go to the school. I just go to the teacher, talk to her, and I leave. So I expect to do the same thing the day when it happened. I said, okay, let's just go to the teacher and see if we could just squash one done. When I went there, I realized it was exam, as they said, yes. If they accused me of going there when it was exam, yes, I know that, but it's totally wrong. But as a mother, I was upset also that my kid haven't have anything to eat and nobody attended to him. Why are you cursing me? Said my son shouldn't have called. What if they hit him down and he died? Who would have called me? A teacher actually hit my son in his face with a Lysol bottle.
Not at the same time. During the same. Okay, another time.
Yes.
Okay.
And nobody has called me about it. But when the teacher came here with my son, I said, but how the principal don't call me? Why should you be the one come here? The principal should call me. He said, you're the manager for the school and I him run the school. So why he never called me at that time? Why now you're gonna accuse me because I take action this time? You know, so I'm so torn apart with all what's happening now. I even heard Mr. Roberts. I can say that, yes, I know Mr. Roberts' voice. I heard Mr. Robert call the radio station saying she's talking, she don't have time here, she picked me, and she registered, she picked me. My son's father registered him, Mr. Wilbert Lancelot LaRose. He's living in Canada. He lived in Antigua for years, and he migrated with his wife. Is there a problem for my son's father to register him at the school? I don't see a problem in it. So I am really upset, and I need this to be dealt with.
All right. What are you hoping when you go to the ministry tomorrow? What are you going to insist that you meet with the director?
Yes.
And what are you hoping to get out of that meeting?
Well, if Mr. Robert is going to still be the principal for that school, my son can never go back to that school. Because Mr. Robert disrespect not just me. You disrespect the officers in front of me. You disrespect my kid. You disrespect other students. And you also disrespect your workers because teachers was there. If he is going to still be there, my son cannot go to that school. I just want my son to get back in school, and the parents of the 4 boys, I need them to come and say something. Say something. You heard it. It's going on and on and on and on. And I believe now that it's my time. Everybody's doing this, pushing that. It's my time now to push. I'm not going to just sit back and watch my son like that, because if I should keep my son here, school open, I don't do nothing, welfare is going to come.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen to me? I'm going to be painted as a bad person.
Yeah.
No, I can't sit back and watch that.
So you need to get it resolved before the school's term
Yes.
starts next year.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you said the boy, your son, he has identified the children. Yeah, it
Yes,
says
he
4
did.
children that
Yes,
beat
he
him up.
did.
Okay, all right. And did he say that it was being handled in school, or it was not being handled at all?
Nothing has been handled at
Nothing
all.
by no teacher or by the
Nothing at
principal.
all.
Okay.